welcome everyone. Myself Ashraful Islam. First of all, let me thank you all for coming here today. Our presentation is about Plato's theory. Some information about Plato. Plato was in ancient Greek philosopher. Plato born in during the classical period in ancient Greek philosopher. Plato became during 5th century BC. He was a student of Socrates and later taught Aristotle. He was educated in philosophy, poetry, and gymnastics by an ancient teacher, including the philosopher Cyrus. Now, one of my fellow teammates gonna continue here from.
Hello everyone, my name is Shafin Ahmed. Today I am going to discuss about Plato's philosophy or his main ideas. He has the main goal of Plato was to fulfill our life, and for that he has 4 ideas. Now I am going to discuss about the 4 ideas. The first idea was thinking more. In our daily life, we rarely think. We take the popular opinion for shortcut. So we don't have our personal thinking or personally ideas. So he said that we should think more about our own ideas and not follow the popular opinions. The problem with popular opinions is that it leads us wrong way in our life and our career. The second idea I am going to talk about is let your lover change your life. In this idea, you want to tell that the people we love can help us to learn or evolve. But people think that we should have some intimate time or feelings, but that is not called lover. A lover is when we have certain things, not in qualities in yourself, but your lover has. You should choose them so that you can learn from them and grow together. And the third idea I want to discuss about is decode the message of beauty. So almost every one of us love beautiful things, but we don't think why we like the beautiful things. Plato was the first person to dig into deep in this topic. He find out that we love beautiful things because the things we lack in ourselves we find in these beautiful things. Just like skills or balance in life or beauty in general. So it helps us to motivate or learn from these beautiful things so that we can improve ourselves from this beautiful thing, that we don't have this quality so that we can adapt those qualities. The 4 ideas I want to talk about was reform society. In this idea, he wants to tell us how a society should form. His favorite culture or society was Spartans. He loved the thinking of the people. The Spartan was a great military success. Their only goal was to make stronger people or militarily powerful people. They are living, reproduction, all are centered toward one goal, and that is military power. But Plato liked the idea. His main concern was not just military. His concern was how to make a society that can produce fulfilled people. So he has some ideas for that. So can we create or produce fulfilled people? The main thing we follow is the rich people and the celebrities. So we find out that we should follow the right person so that we can grow as a fulfilled people. So the celebrities and the rich people and replace them with more wise and good people so that we can share, we can have or adapt their abilities or skills. From now on, our next payment will join this.
Hello everyone, my name is Flora. So now I would like to talk about Plato's theory of education. So historians cannot find any evidence about Plato's early education as a child, but seeing as he belonged to an Athenian family, so it's assumed that he went through the Athenian form of education. So Athenian form of education. So Plato, however, claims sources that Plato was a bright student and who was given the best teacher of his time. In Plato's The Republic, Plato wrote that education was not limited to law, and that one would continue to learn and express their both emotions. But while education was limited to youth, Plato
আচ্ছা আপনাদের আইডি একটা পেজের মধ্যে লিখে আমাকে দেন গ্রুপ করে হ্যাঁ আপনাদেরটা দেন
Now I'm going to talk about Plato's theory of knowledge. First let me tell a short note of it. For Plato, knowledge is not sense of perfection. Knowledge must be the knowledge of eternal values which are not subject to change or subjective impressions. Plato therefore believed in objective and universal valid knowledge. Plato argues if the knowledge is sense perception, then there is no man will be wiser than any other man. For I am the best judge of my own sense perceptions. Plato's theory of knowledge have three levels of knowing. The levels are reality, resemblance, and appearance. Plato described how the human mind achieved knowledge and indicate what knowledge consisted of by means of his allegory of the cave and his doctrine of the forms. Thank you so much. Please come.
It's my turn, so I will talk about the theory of Plato's true world. Plato has this true world theory. There are true worlds that we can have knowledge of. There's the visible world, the world we know through the senses, the world of phones and steering wheels and houses. But there is above and behind that the world of ideas, the world of a world of ideas, a world of form. That's the true reality, and those are the true objects of knowledge. So once we know that there are true worlds, two things become really important for us. One, we must never forget that what we see is not always what is real. And the second one is we need to figure out how to access to that second and higher and better world. And that's the true intellect. It is true. It is through turning away from the senses and what the senses is tell us, and learning to develop the attachment to the senses and to attach higher value to the world of intellect. So, if you say to Plato that I want to major in science, Plato will say that why? Why would you want to say that? Why would you want to study in this world? So your mind is made for something better. So that's the Platonic philosophy is about. And thank you.
বাকি আপনি ওনাদের গ্রুপে না আমাকে ইয়ে দেন আইডিটা দেন তারপরে রিম অফ অ্যাপিয়ারেন্স অ্যান্ড রিম অফ ফর্মের মধ্যে দেখি ওই স্লাইডটা এটা এখন এক্সপ্লেইন করেন না আমাদেরকে একটু জাস্ট আপনার ভাষায় the realm of form, realm of the forms and realm of appearance. এটা নিয়ে তো প্লেটো কথা
Actually, I was talking about theory of two worlds. There are two worlds that we can have knowledge of. The physical world that we through the senses. We know the world we know the senses. The world of forms, staring holes and houses. But there is above and behind that a world is there's above and behind that a world is there's above and behind that a world is ideas and a world of form. That's the true reality. Those are the true objects of knowledge.
ধরেন আমি যদি এখন একটা কিছু কথা বলি হ্যাঁ যে ও তো ফর্ম নিয়ে অনেক কিছু বলে গেছে ধরেন একটা চেয়ারে যে প্লেটোর কনসেপশনটা কি ছিল ফর্মের ব্যাপারে what is the main idea behind his form
Actually, I would not.
ধরেন একটা টেবিল দেখেই ফার্স্টে প্লেটোর মনে হতো কি অথবা একটা এক্সাম্পল বোধহয় বইয়ের মধ্যেও ছিল যে ইউনিকর্ন বা আমার ঠিক মনে নাই হর্স দেখে প্লেটোর একটা বোধহয় এক্সাম্পল ছিল যে হাউ হি অ্যাডাপ্টস অ্যাবাউট দ্য ফর্ম অফ অ্যান অবজেক্ট অ্যান্ড দ্য রিয়েল ভার্সন প্লেটো বলে যাচ্ছিল যে উই হ্যাভ অ্যান ইমাজিনেশন আমরা প্রথমে একটা ইমাজিনারি সেন্স করি অ্যান্ড দেন ওই ইমাজিনারি সেন্সটাকে হচ্ছে আমরা রিয়েলিটিতে লাইফ দিতে চাই প্রবাবলি দিস ইজ দিস আইডিয়া অফ দ্য ফর্ম
Explain the form.
Yeah. Next group, Jana. শেষ তো
Yes, ma'am.
হ্যাঁ আছে আছে
মানে প্রেজেন্টেশনে মার্ক করব আর নামটা পুরো শুধু লিখতে হবে একটা কিছু যদি ভালো হয় আপনাদের এইভাবে আপনি আমাকে প্রেজেন্টেশনের মার্কিং করতেছি এবং নেমের ফুল নেম নাই একটা সুন্দর করে এরকম গ্রুপ লিস্ট দিতে হয় যে
আমি এক সেকেন্ড আমাকে দেন আমি
হাই
শুরু করে
ওরা দিবে পরে
তারা এতবার কেন কনফিউশন হচ্ছে তারা দিবে তারা দিয়ে দেন অঙ্ক দিয়ে দেন
আচ্ছা নামগুলো Assalamualaikum. Myself Mainu, and today our group is going to give a presentation about modern famous philosopher René Descartes and one of his philosophical thought, the method of doubt. So let's start it. Descartes believed that there is no certainty of knowledge as long as there is no suitable method to get it. Whatever he studied could be doubted. What helped René Descartes become a philosopher and a rationalist? René Descartes influenced as a maths and science. Mathematics are done by definite logic, which helped him so much as a rationalist, and create a method of doubt. That's all. And now I would like to invite my friend Sami to discuss about next part. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. Hello everyone. So recently my friend Novel said that Descartes was a rationalist. So now I'm going to talk about who are rationalists. Rationalists are the philosophers whose belief that reasoning is the ultimate source of gain knowledge after testing its validity. It means that by doing doubt or creating doubt in unnecessary things or unbelievable things cannot give you actual knowledge about a subject or a topic. By discussing or doubting in the logical topic or true topic or universal true topic can give you actual knowledge about a thing. I recently said that Descartes was a rationalist, and by rationalism, and he was a mathematician, he makes 4 rules to solve a problem, and I am going to discuss about those topics. Please give attention on the whiteboard. First of all, the rules are rules of So these are the 4 rules which has been created by René Descartes as a philosopher and a rationalist. The first rule is the rule of creation, which means while taking any topic or taking any subject, we should be fully clear that the topic is clear and distinct from doubtless. The second rule is the rule of analysis. After taking any topic as our solving method, we should be serious about that. We should make it simple as possible and make it small so that we can simplify and solve the topic easily. In the third rule, the rules of syntax, it is said that we should start solving a problem from the simplest part and go to the complex one, which will help us to solve the problem easily and fast. Rules of enumeration. After solving a full problem or a full syntax, we should be ensure that there is nothing left behind for solving. And these are the rules which help him to create a method of doubt. So now I will invite my friend on to discuss the method of doubt and present the 3 methods of doubt.
Hello everyone, I'm Uddor. Today I'm going to discuss about the method of doubt. So method of doubt is first stage is argument based on illusionary nature of sense experience. We know that we have five senses. Five senses are sight, smell, touch, sound and touch. Sound and sight, sound, smell, touch, and taste. So they mislead us, and hence the primary source of knowledge. Hence the primary source of knowledge is misinterruption. Totally misinterruption information, but interruption of information giving by sense. So the second stage is argument based on dreams. So argument. So we know that we know that argument based on dreams. So we are sensing dreaming are not true because dreaming are not matched in reality. So this is second stage, and third stage is argument based on the possibility of demon. So he argued that super powerful demon has been deceiving us all the time, and our power stage will manipulate it all the time. So that's all for my thank you everyone. You show your coverage best enough.
হ্যাঁ কিন্তু অন্তর শোনেন ভেরি বেসিক ছিল তো তাই না জাস্ট তিনটা স্টেজের কথা আপনি বলবেন যেটা আপনার মনে হয় আপনি ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজে ইজি হ্যাঁ ইজিলি ওরকমভাবে বলে ফেলবেন আপনি আপনার মতো এক্সাম্পল দিয়ে আপনার মতো সেন্টেন্স নিয়ে একটু খালি মাথার মধ্যে একটু এত কঠিন ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ যেটা ধরেন আপনি জানেন না যেই ওয়ার্ডের ধরেন আপনি মিনিং যেটা আপনি জানেন না সেটা কোনো দিন প্রেজেন্টেশনে দেখাবেন না বলবেনও না এটা হচ্ছে প্রেজেন্টেশনের ফার্স্ট এন্ড ফরমোস্ট রুল বিকজ যা বলতেছেন আমি কিন্তু একটা টপিকও জানি না আমি পড়েও আসি না আজকে কিন্তু একদমই পড়ে আসি নাই সো আপনারা যেগুলো বলতেছেন আমি আপনাদের কথা থেকেই ধরতেছি আমি জানি না আপনারাই ভালো জানেন যে প্রেজেন্টেশনের টপিক যেটা থাকে সেটা আপনারা আমার থেকেও ভালো জানেন সো ইউ হ্যাভ টু বি রিয়েলি কনফিডেন্ট আর খুব সিম্পল ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজে যাতে মানুষ বুঝতে পারে তিনটা স্টেজ ছিল আমাদের যে একটা আমরা সেন্সের থ্রুতে বুঝবো আর একটা ড্রিমিং এর থ্রুতে এন্ড দেন লাস্টেরটা জানি কি ছিল ডেমো ইনফ্লুয়েন্স বাই ডেমো এক্স্যাক্টলি ডেমো এসে আমাদেরকে আরেকটা সেন্স দিবে সো 3 স্টেজেস অফ ডাউট তিন ভাবে আমাদের ডাউট হতে পারে এটাই তো বলতে চাচ্ছিলেন তো এটা খুব সহজে তিনটা সেন্টেন্সে সুন্দর করে এক্সপ্লেন করে ইটস ভেরি ইজি বাট গুড প্রসেস ভালো হচ্ছে ওয়েল ডান অন্তরা ইউ হ্যাভ প্রেজেন্টেড অসুবিধা নাই মুখস্থ করেন না তোরা এটাই হচ্ছে জাস্ট স্পন্টেনিয়াসলি প্রেজেন্ট করেন পরে কথা আমরা শুরু করি বিকজ আমার টাইম নাই আছে আচ্ছা দেন এই পাশে তো
and our presentation is on Socrates. The topic we will be discussing on who is Socrates, Socratic philosopher, Socratic method, skepticism, and Euthyphro claim. For the first slide, we have a quote of Socrates: "The only true wisdom is knowing you know nothing." And Nina Shah will be taking over.
Hello everyone, myself Nusrat. So I'm going to talk about the first one, who is Socrates. Socrates was a Greek philosopher from Athens, who is credited as the founder of Western philosophy. He was born in 470 BC and exploded in 399 BC. Socrates never wrote down his teaching, his thought and knowledge were read by Plato and Xenophon, later by Aristotle. Those are the most famous Socrates philosophers, Plato and Xenophon, and the second one is Aristotle. Now I would like to pass the rest of my
Thank you. Now we're going to be talking about Socratic method. Socrates had a method where how he asked questions to the point they pushed them to doubt their views and their beliefs. So there are 3 steps to Socratic method. The first step is interlocutor gives initial definition of something. So what does the first step mean? State an opinion on a topic. When someone is asking a question, you state your opinion on that very topic. The second step is Socrates points out incongruities. It means evaluate the topic and point out incongruity, which means out of place. Like point out the thing that is out of place in that very topic. And last, the step 3 is attempt to fix incongruity or give a better definition. And you give your judgment at the very end on the question that was made. So this very Socratic method, it always leads to skepticism. Here we can see this method, it often leads to people questions the possibility of their knowledge. It makes them doubt their views and their beliefs on the question or the thing they're going to be saying. So here we can see 2 examples. This is a fun one, the picture, and over there is a very honest conversation. So you think that the gods know everything. Yes, because they are gods. That was the answer. Do some gods disagree with others? You're questioning, like Socratic. This is the Socratic method. Yes, of course they do. They're always fighting. So gods disagree about what is true and right? I suppose they must do. So some gods can be wrong sometimes. I suppose that is true. And therefore, you come with the conclusion that gods cannot know everything. This is what Socratic method is. And there's a fun little picture which makes it more simpler and easier to understand. Someone is suggesting like, oh, want some tea? Sure. Socratic is questioning, what is tea? It's the stuff in the pot. How do you know it's there in the pot? So you question, trying to make them confused. Now, the very next slide, we are going to be talking about Euthyphro's claim. The first claim is, Euthyphro claimed that piety is what is dear to the gods, and impiety is what is not dear to them. Here, Socrates uses his Socratic method and questions. He proposed to change the definition and say, what all the god love is pious, and what they all hate is impious. The second claim is, therefore that which is dear to the gods is dear to the gods, because it is first loved of them, not loved of them because it is dear to them. The third and the last claim is, what part of justice is piety? This was a claim of Euthyphro, and Socrates makes a question is, basically piety is science of asking and giving. So that was all for our presentation. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Is there any questions you guys would like to ask?
কি করবো আর বলেন ফাতেমা, আপনি একাই তো।
Thank you, miss.
আমি বলছি আমার কথা ছিল দাঁড়িয়ে থাকা, তারপর আমি জাস্ট আপনার মন রাখার জন্য বলছিলাম।
অন্যরা আর কারটা বাকি বাকি নাই